You know that person, the one who walks into a room and immediately, without doing a single thing, changes the temperature. They aren't loud, they aren't wearing anything flashy, they aren't trying to capture your attention, but somehow they have it. You respected them before they even said hello. The silence of self-possession. Most of us enter a room already performing. We're managing our posture, our face, our voice, silently begging people to think we're smart or interesting or capable. And you can feel that effort. It registers as a low-level background noise. But the person who doesn't need your validation, they don't perform. They aren't negotiating their worth with the room. They've already settled that argument inside themselves, in private, long before they walk through the door. And that quiet lack of desperation is incredibly rare. Because when someone doesn't need anything from you, no approval, no attention, no agreement, they stop being predictable. They can't be bought, and they can't be pulled around by the social noise. You feel safe around them. And humans respect safety more than almost anything else. And here's the strange thing about respect. We think we give it to the people who do the most, speak the loudest, or hold the highest status. But our brains actually reserve the deepest respect for the people who don't need us to validate them. The unreactive presence. Think about what happens when things get chaotic. An argument breaks out, a mistake is made, or someone drops a passive-aggressive comment. Most people jump at the bait. They react. They defend. But this person just watches. They don't panic. They don't rush to fill the silence. They have this calm, spacious presence that makes everyone else's panic look small. That's not coldness. It's emotional regulation. And your nervous system recognizes that stability as safety. In a world of constant overreaction, a person who can simply sit still and listen feels like a solid wall in a storm. They don't demand respect. They just don't let the noise of the room dictate their peace. Because when someone is completely comfortable with silence, they don't need to dominate the conversation to feel powerful. They don't need to win the moment. And that makes them impossible to control. Firing the invisible audience. The real secret is that these people have quietly fired the audience inside their own heads. They aren't looking at themselves from the outside, wondering how they look or how their words are landing. They are living from the inside out. When you're around them, you don't feel judged. You don't feel like you're being measured. You just feel safe. And that's why respect flows to them so easily, not because they took it from you, but because they gave you the rarest gift in the modern world, a moment where you didn't have to perform either. Maybe respect isn't a skill you practice. Maybe it's just what's left over when you stop trying so hard to be seen. You don't need to be louder. You don't need to be more impressive. You just need to settle the argument inside yourself first. If this made you pause for a second, I put together a simple, free guide on reclaiming your attention and building a calmer mind. The link is below. No pressure, just something small to help you quiet the noise.